What's up, guys? Welcome back to my office. Hey, look, I want to go over something with you real quick. I'm curious in your opinion. Now, look, you guys that know me know that, I don't like to get in there and stir the pot. I like to just kind of stay neutral, let people believe what they want to believe in and all this good stuff. But I'm sitting here in my office today reading something, especially with this huge snow that's literally on its way right now. We'll be here tonight, tomorrow, and Monday. And I was going through the snow emergency procedures for, northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, right? And man, I just read something that just chapped my you-know-what. Cooked the biscuits all the way burnt. And I wanted to go over this and see what your opinion is, okay? Are snow emergencies now corporate mandated? I mean, we have a government funded or taxpayer funded department that takes care of our roads, highways, determines what's a snow emergency, how it's handled, the policies and procedures and all that to make sure that the citizens, us, are safe, right? Well, I just read this a second ago and it blew my freaking mind. Now, I may be overreading this, getting to, becoming a little animated, but I think this is corporate overreach at its finest, and I want to show you. So let me flip you around, and we'll go through this together. Okay, I'm just more or less recording my computer screen. So this is from Cincinnati.com, The Inquirer. So here are our snow emergencies, right? So we got the typical level 1. Right? Roadways are hazardous due to accumulated blowing and drifting snow. Roads may be icy. Motorists are urged to drive very cautiously. No roadways are closed, but necessary travel is unnecessary travel is discouraged. Right? Common sense. Let me move this box out of the way. Then we get to level 2, which is right here. So it says, roadways are hazardous due to accumulated blowing and drifting snow and roads may be very icy. Only drive if it's necessary to do so. Employees should contact their employer to see if they should report to work. Okay, I agree with level 2. Level 1 and level 2 have always been the same as far as I know. Level 3 is what absolutely blows my freaking mind. Okay. Ice, blowing, and drifting snow have created extremely hazardous road conditions, low visibility, extremely low temperatures, worsening road conditions are also factors. Okay. Some or all county roads have been closed to all but emergency and essential persons. Here we go. No one should be on the roadways unless absolutely necessary, and violators could be under arrest, right? We've all seen that. Now, here's what blows my mind. All employees should contact their employer to see if they should report to work. What? They're telling you in big, bold letters right here, not to be on the road or you could be subject to arrest. They don't want you out there. However, they want you to contact your boss to see if you should show up to work. You got to be kidding me right now. I get it on level 2. If you're going to be on the roads, be super careful. Level 3, they don't want you on the road. If you're out there screwing around, they could arrest you. You are hindering them from treating the road, clearing the roads. They don't want you out there in their way. They could slap the cuffs on you, take you to the pokey. But before you do any of that, you make sure you call your boss and see if they're going to have you show up to work. Let me tell you something. But Campbell County, Kentucky is the huge thoroughfare for anybody coming from Cincinnati or coming from Maysville, Kentucky north to go to work. That's either go to the Cincinnati area or go to Maysville, Kentucky area and work. That's where all the factories are at. And you have to go through Campbell County, Kentucky to get to either one of those, right? Campbell County states virtually the same thing. Look, we don't want you on the roads or, we could arrest you, But first, before you not travel the roads, you make sure your boss says it's okay first, right? I think this is complete bullcrap. If you work at a factory that runs under the punishment system, and yes, I'm saying this, the punishment system, whether they point you, whether you get a verbal write-up, whether you get a full write-up, whether they take pay away, whatever, because you don't show up to work, because you're not going to risk your life or property to show up for them, that is ridiculous. If it's a level 3 and there's a foot of snow on the ground and they're telling you that you're subject to arrest if you're on the roads, but your boss, who's probably not going to show up anyway, tells you, yeah, you need to report to work because our machine has to run, that's a load of bullcrap. I don't care who it makes mad. It's ridiculous. That's insane. Look at it mathematically, right? Mathematically. And I'm going to shoot way off the chart here. If you make $100 an hour, most factory workers are on 12-hour shifts, right? You're either 7 to 7 during the day or you're 7 to 7 at night. Either way, on your way to work and on your way home from work, it's dark. You're not traveling home in the daylight. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if there's a car flipped over in the road or nothing. But let's say you make $100 an hour at a 12-hour shift, right? You make $1,200 that day, and none of us are anywhere close to that. None of us are anywhere close to that. At most, you bring home $800, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, risk versus reward value on this is your life is priceless. It's not worth any amount of money. How can I say this? Most people drive a car that's valued between, let's say, $40,000 and $60,000, right? So, if you make, after taxes, if you make $800 of that $1,200 bring home for that 1 or 2 days that you're going to travel in this crap, right? To risk the biscuit for a company that's not going to give two craps about you if something happens, you'll be replaced by lunchtime, okay? So you're going to risk your life, which is priceless, a $50,000 car for what, $800? $800. I mean, think about that. And if something, God forbid, happens to you, let's say you wreck your car or your truck or your bicycle or whatever it is you means of transportation to work, whatever you use, and you wreck that car and total it, or you wreck that car and injure or, God forbid, kill somebody else, and you got to turn that into insurance, and they pull the gray area in this bull crap and go, well, it specifically says on here, you're not to be on the road for any reason whatsoever or you're subject to arrest, right? Do you think for a second your boss is going to stand up there in a courtroom and go, I told Billy to come to work, man. I told him to come work. I'll take the responsibility. Not a chance in the world are they going to say that. This is a bunch of political bullcrap. It just drives me nuts that they're going to sit here and contradict themselves like this. You're not to be on the road. But Uncle Bob, your shift supervisor, is going to tell you whether or not that they think you should come to work that day. Most people around my area commute anywhere from a half an hour to an hour each way to work. Each way. So it's an hour there and an hour home in road conditions that they're saying that you shouldn't be on or you're subject to arrest. But on the other hand, they're going to flip it and say all employees should contact their employer to see if they should report to work. That needs to be removed off there. I don't care where you're at. Either it's safe for you to travel or it's not safe for you to travel. There's no freaking gray area in there. And if that's the case, then the insurance companies, the police officers, the governing law officials for that county, wherever you're traveling, should have to abide by the same rules. I want to hear your opinions on this. Am I wrong? Am I being too animated about this? Am I involving BRG in something they shouldn't be in? Right? I'm going to call them out on it. It's ridiculous. It's right there. Public record, public knowledge, Cincinnati, the Inquirer, Cincinnati.com. Campbell County, Kentucky has it on their website as well. Now, I want an explanation. I'm curious. Tell me I'm crazy here. That you're threatening somebody with arrest. Ice blowing and drifting snow have created extremely hazardous road conditions. Low visibility, extremely low temperature, and worsening road conditions are also factors. Some or all county roads have been closed to all but emergency and essential personnel. No one, I repeat, no one should be on the roadways unless absolutely necessary, and violators could be subject to arrest. But the gray area, with the big asterisk beside it, all employees should contact their employer to see if they should report to work. What in the hell sense does that make? I mean, talk to me like I'm 3. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely craziness. I've driven this highway for the better part, if not more than 30 years. I've driven in the worst snow, the worst rain, the worst storms imaginable to get to work for a boss themselves that did not show to work. Upper management did not show to work because they didn't feel it was necessary to risk their life, their family's lives, or their property to get there to make a measly $100 that day. Are you really going to risk everything for $100? And I get it. I've been there. Sometimes you just have to risk it for the biscuit, right? You got a family at home, needs food on the table. But to put somebody in that position is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. If I was to hear about an employer making people come in with a foot of snow on the ground, it's a level 3, I will call you out bigger than crap right here on YouTube. I'll do it right frickin' now. That is just, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It just ruffled my feathers to see this. It's crazy. It's driving me nuts. Leave your comments below. I'm curious. Am I right or am I wrong? Did BRG officially lose it, is what I'm saying. I mean, come on, man. If the roads are that bad, do not put an asterisk at the bottom and saying, yeah, it's absolute hell on the roads right now. You could die, but you're going to leave that decision up to your boss, right? Who, if something happens to you, you're going to lose everything you have, possibly your life. They'll replace you by lunch, and it's just absurd. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. This has nothing to do with the 30 days of BRG. I'm just venting to you to see what you think. It's absolute madness. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later tonight for our live giveaway event. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for day 17 of the 30 days with BRG. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.